Welcome to another episode of
Mac
and me.
Hi, I'm your host Michael Allen Craig, but you can call me Mac. And this is my assistant Vivian.
Hello.
In this episode, I'll be teaching you how to make a cilantro panko rub for any different protein. This goes very well with chicken, pork, or even some steaks. So we're going to start out with our cilantro. We're going to take our cilantro over to the stove and we're going to start blanching it. Now blanching, you're going to start with boiling water and an ice bath. Now with this, you don't need to do it very long. You can put it all in at the same time. I'm going to turn off the water right now. And all you're doing is getting the leaves in there. And as you can tell, the leaves are getting nice and bright. So I take it out, bring my ice bath over, and just put it in there. Now we're only using the leaves in this part, so the stems you don't have to worry about. So we're going to get this, cool it down, and we're going to dry it off on some paper towels. So now that we have our cilantro dry enough to put into the fryer, you don't want to put a wet product in the fryer, because if you do, the oil will splatter the water all over the place and it'll make a huge mess, probably get burned. So we're going to have the dry cilantro, and we are going to just put it all into the fryer. So now that we have our cilantro getting crispy, we have a nice layout of paper towels on a sheet pan that we're going to dry them off in. So now it's been about a minute, so we're going to take the cilantro out of the oil. You want to let it drain as much as possible to get all that excess oil off. And we're going to lay it out on the paper towels so it can dry and get nice and crispy. So now I have taken the stems off of our parsley that we just fried, and I'm going to add it to our food processor. So here's all the cilantro, and now I have Panko. These are Japanese breadcrumbs. You can find these at your local store. A lot of times they may be a little bit harder to find, but these are the best kind to get. So you're going to add about the same amount as you have cilantro in here. So you're going to do equal parts. And then we're going to start the food processor. Now you're just going to let this go for a little bit. It's also cutting up the cilantro to make little pieces, so that way when you do put it as a rub on the chicken, pork, whatever you want, it'll be nice and small. You won't get those huge pieces of cilantro in your teeth, and it won't really overtake the dish. So now we have our crust that we're going to use. Now when you feel it, you want it to be dry, so it'll be nice and easy to rub on anything. And the easiest way to add this onto your protein is put a little bit of mustard on there. I prefer Dijon. It gives a nice flavor, a little bit spicy on there. Along with the cilantro crust, it makes a wonderful topping to any protein that you like to put it on. So now we have our rack of lamb. It's seared, it's cleaned. Now we're going to add the Dijon to it so we can put the rub on it. Now I just use a nice little brush that I have here. Put a little bit of Dijon. And you don't want to coat it too heavily, but you want to put enough where the coating will hold the crust. And I just put it on all the outside. So now that we have our Dijon on our rack of lamb, we're going to get some of our cilantro crust and we're going to put it on. Now you can just pat this on here and shake off any excess. As you can see, it's holding very nicely because of our Dijon. And it's going to make the rack of lamb beautiful when we take it out of the oven. Now you're going to want to cook this until it's about 140 degrees inside. That's going to be medium rare, which should take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, and you're going to have your oven at 375. Okay, so until next time.